Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and another episode of DNA Saturday, which is the weekly series here on my channel where subscribers send me in DNA bombs. That was the create class we're going to be using throughout the entirety of this gameplay. If you guys would like to go back and try and replicate the class, feel free, but keep in mind I will also be talking about the class setup throughout this video. This video makes me nostalgic. That's what it does, it just makes me nostalgic. You have the M16, right? Classic Call of Duty gun, the M16, here on the map Skyrise, which of course is a remake of the classic Modern Warfare 2 map High-Rise. Therefore, it's like an M16 on High-Rise all over again, something I used to use all the time back in MW2. It's just a really cool gameplay. Hopefully you guys will all sit back, relax, and enjoy the video, because of course it's going to be a DNA bomb running around here with the M16, and the gameplay itself is actually being brought to you by a guy that goes by the name of Johnny, and of course I'll be talking about his YouTube channel here at the end of the video. But if you guys want to have a sneak peek at his channel, feel free to click the link at the very top of the video description. It'll take you over there to his YouTube channel where you can find Call of Duty as well as skateboarding videos, because he's a cool guy in skateboards. I used to skateboard a lot growing up, actually. I used to have a skateboard, and it was actually an element board, and I would ride it all the time. Like, we were never any good at it. Like, I would skateboard and such, and I would, like, do ollies and stuff like that. My favorite thing was stair sets and manuals. Like, I could ollie down stair sets, because that just involved ollieing pretty much, and not being scared and abandoning ship halfway through the jump. And manualing, which is kind of like a wheelie on a skateboard, if you guys don't know what manualing is. I would, like, manual the length of parking lots. Like, those are the two things I was only good at. Like, I was terrible at kick flips and heel flips and all this stuff that my friends could do. I couldn't do any of that, so I would just stick to my stair sets and my manualing. But one day I lost my skateboard because somehow I forgot it underneath the bridge. We were hanging out underneath the bridge, just sitting by the creek down there, and for whatever reason I forgot my skateboard there. I have no idea how it happened. I went back the next day, like as soon as I woke up the next day, and the skateboard was gone. Somebody else had gone down there and found it, and I never skated again. Sadly, that's my skateboard story. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit here about the M16 here on the map Skyrise. So I actually have the M16, right? I have the M16, and I haven't actually tried it like since it's buffed. It was actually buffed because when they initially put it into the game, it was really underpowered. Like, it was like horrible to use. The iron sights on it are awful. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with the M16 iron sights. Like, we've seen it change throughout many different games. You look at how it works in like the Battlefield games, you see how it is in like different Call of Duty games and such. The M16 iron sights, they're different just about every single game. I feel as though the iron sights here, oh my goodness, in Advanced Warfare are just atrocious, and it was really hard and annoying to even like go through and get the kills to unlock the red dot sight. Once you unlock the red dot sight, it's okay, but gosh, it is so ugly. Like, the iron sights are probably some of the worst iron sights I've ever seen in Call of Duty, and I think that's really deterring a lot of people from actually wanting to use this weapon. I just don't see it a lot when I'm actually playing the Advanced Warfare multiplayer. I still see a lot of IMR and ARX. I don't see a lot of M16, but I think a reason for that is as well is because it's kind of an exclusive weapon. You have to get it from a supply drop or an advanced supply drop, and maybe just people just haven't gotten it yet. I don't know. It's entirely possible that that's the case, and I'm hoping that more people start using this gun. One, because I think the M16 is cool, but I also hope that more people start using the AK-47, because as I've looked through all the episodes of DNA Saturday thus far, we've gotten a DNA bomb, or you guys, because not me, you guys have gotten a DNA bomb collectively with every single weapon in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Every primary weapon anyway has been featured here on DNA Saturday with a DNA bomb, with the exception of the AK-47. Now the M16 has been featured. A couple weeks back we had the Cell 3 that was actually featured, so now every single weapon, every single primary weapon I should say, has been featured with the exception of the AK-47. And like I mentioned in the last episode of DNA Saturday, we only have 3 more weeks of DNA Saturday before the release of Black Ops 3, in which the show will actually end up closing. So hopefully somebody out there can pull off an AK-47 DNA bomb. That would just be awesome. But let's go ahead and talk here a little bit about the class setup with the M16 and whether or not I would recommend a lot of these things for you guys. So he's using a standard M16. He's got no variants whatsoever. Apparently he didn't like the variant that he got out of a supply drop, and so he's using a base variant, so there's nothing fancy about it whatsoever. You have the red dot sight on there, which I definitely recommend. Like, if you use an iron sight M16, you are a better man than I will ever be. I hate the iron sights on the Advanced Warfare M16. I can deal with the COD 4 iron sights. I can deal with them. They're not good, but I can deal with them. I can deal with the Modern Warfare 2 ones, but this one, like, it just blocks off all your vision. I hate the Advanced Warfare M16 iron sights. They're horrible. The other attachment he's rocking is actually extended mags, which is all personal preference, but having a 45 round magazine is obviously nice. I mean, it reminds me of using the ARX. Like, the ARX got that buff to its magazine, and as a result, like, I love using the ARX just because I never have to reload with it. I can just spray and spray and spray and spray. So he's probably used to that from the ARX, and he wanted to have extended mags on there. In terms of perk 1, low profile, standard perk. Peripherals is perk 2. That's kind of just like a personal preference thing. and perk 3 is toughness and scavenger. I wish I could go more in depth with like the class setups, like, oh yeah, so this is like why he's running these perks and whatnot, but really he's using like the most standard perks that most people use. You got toughness on there, you got low profile on there, you got scavenger on there. This is what a lot of people end up using. You know, the Advanced Warfare in that respect, I don't think the perks were particularly well laid out, especially in the perk 3, because in my opinion all the good perks are in perk 3. And so as a result, you basically see everybody running low profile as perk 1 on DNA Saturday. Peripherals is usually either blind eye or peripherals if they're using anything at all. And perk 3 is always like toughness and scavenger, toughness and blast suppressor, you know, something like that. It's always there. It's either toughness, scavenger, or blast suppressor. Those are the ones you have to take. And it's a shame that like some of the other perks, like hardline for example, don't usually make their way into play because all the other perk 3s are just a little bit better. Whereas if they were to move hardline to like perk 2 or something like that, it would be fantastic and a lot more people would actually end up using it. So I just feel as though the perks were kind of poorly laid out in Advanced Warfare. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Do you think that the perks were well laid out? Do you think that maybe they should swap some of these into some different areas? You know, let me know about your guys' opinion on that. But actually, right there is where we pick up the DNA bomb. It's interesting. He must have been counting that entire time because he jumped off the roof. I'm like, wait a minute, why would he jump off the roof? I'm like, oh, he must know that he's one away from a DNA bomb because he jumps off the roof to go and kill that guy. Whereas if he were still on his streak, he probably would have stayed on the roof. But regardless, there we go with the final score: 47 kills, 7 deaths, 1 capture, as well as 8 defense, leading the team, leading the lobby, and of course picking up an M16 DNA bomb on a remake of a Modern Warfare 2 map. Like, oh, my brother has been playing Modern Warfare 2. He's trying to, well, last time I saw him, I was talking to him about Call of Duty and stuff like that, and he says he's been playing Modern Warfare 2 on the PC randomly. He's getting into PC Call of Duty for some reason. I don't know why either. And it's making me kind of like want to start playing Modern Warfare 2 a little bit. We'll have to see if I actually follow through with that. But yeah, I miss it. I miss Modern Warfare 2. I think it was a really good game. I might make another video talking about Modern Warfare 2 and how it has impacted my life and kind of set me to where I am today and so on and so forth. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of DNA Saturday. Thank you to Johnny for submitting this gameplay. If you guys would like to go ahead and submit your DNA bombs for next week's episode of DNA Saturday, simply watch the video that's on your screen right now. It's a very simple process, guys. Watch the video that's on your screen. All you gotta do is click the annotation or click the link at the very bottom of the video description. It'll open up a video for you, and that video will teach you everything you would ever want to know about submitting your stuff for DNA Saturday. If you guys would like to go ahead and check out Johnny, you can do so by finding him over at youtube.com/JohnnyTest1234, or by simply clicking the annotation on your screen, or of course by clicking the link down there in the video description as the very first link. So what's he got over there on his YouTube channel? So he has kind of a mix between in real life skateboarding videos and Call of Duty videos, which I personally think is pretty cool. As somebody that uses to skateboard a lot, I've always been interested in skateboarding. Like, I still to this day go back and watch the Rodney Mullen almost round 3 video on YouTube because it's freaking amazing. I love that flatland style that he has. He's definitely a very technical street skater, and it's so much fun to watch. And watching his videos is actually kind of cool. You can see him put together his new skateboard, although I'll admit you put your trucks on backwards, buddy. And he's got some other skateboarding videos on there as well, but as well as he also, of course, posts up Call of Duty content. He has a lot of clips primarily, as well as like some different DNA bombs and such, but for the most part, he has a lot of very short clips that are, you know, 20, 30 seconds or less, so they won't take a lot of your time if you guys want to check them out, and they're usually going to be pretty cool clips that were probably worth your time seeing. So go ahead and give his channel a look. Once again, it is Johnny Test1234. Johnny only has one N in it. I hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of DNA Saturday, and if you did, remember to leave a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.